Okay. All right, here we are doing the thing. Surprise stream in a way, but was still planned, kind of. We did leave open the window of opportunity last week, so we will be talking news and we will be doing some gaming this time around, but much less structured than last time, and hopefully the time's coming soon. And there is Mr. Christopher. Hello, Chris. How are you? Housekeeping wise, we have nothing for the next 2 weeks. We will be mostly radio silence for the holidays. If I can get edited the things that I'm sitting on that are supposed to have been edited by now anyway, then those will be going live, but I'm not making any guarantees on anything. So that being said, and close this. That being said, I think that's all we have. I'm doing all right, man. Just, you know, doing the thing, same stuff, different pile, as I'm told they say. So let's get into newsy bits. I'm gonna turn the music down just a scotch more. All right. And then we're going to change to that. Also, once again, we can say this 2 times in a row. Super excited to have DUBBY on board as our sponsor. Code is there on the screen. When you go to checkout, you can put that in as your promo code, and you will get a 10% discount. Once again, my tub that I ordered, actually I ordered a couple of things, but not here yet. So we will be doing a couple of videos about that, just because I feel like if it's as good as, if it's half as good as they want you to think it is, then there's definitely going to be a new contender, because there's more than just caffeine in DUBBY. And that's the part that I'm excited to see, because the excessive amounts of caffeine are getting a little bit ridiculous in most energy drinks. So something else to keep you focused and keep your brain working throughout the day, I think is going to be what I appreciate about them the most. But that's all only to say if it is a good product, and we will continue to promote it. But until it comes in, we're promoting it nonetheless. They do have the balls to sponsor us, so I am at least going to shout them out for that. So DUBBY, there's a link down in the description of the video. Those of you watching the video, if you're listening in post, I think I can put the link, the sponsored link, in the syndicated outlets as well. So there should be a link in the show notes for you. And then again, at the checkout, if you put in GenerallyNerdy as your promotion, then you get 10% off. So news. Starting with the X-Files. We've been keeping some tabs on this. It first started as a rumor that there was going to be a Lega-sequel X-Files series. And then a couple of other things broke in the rumor mill as far as exactly how that was going to work. It's going to be a new cast. It's going to be with the aid of Ryan Coogler. And then shortly after the Ryan Coogler rumor broke, I believe that one was confirmed, as I am kind of reading ahead here in the article. That seems to be the case. So the Ryan Coogler bit is definitely been confirmed. We are now getting first word since I believe the last update we got was March, which is when I think they officially confirmed the Ryan Coogler bit. But then, the writer's strike, the actor's strike, all of these things happened. It was kind of assumed that this had been shelved, if not indefinitely. So it seems that it is still moving forward. The other thing that was rumored and has since been, I think, at least quasi-confirmed, I don't know if it's been 100% confirmed, but is that the new cast, obviously not going to be Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. the rumor is that neither of them is actually going to be involved in this series, and the two new actors are going to be. Again, why this is an issue, I don't fully understand, but apparently the two new actors are going to be diversity hires to some degree. It remains to be seen, like, is it just because they're a different ethnicity? That seems like a silly thing to be up in arms about. Until we get the content of the show, we don't know whether or not that's a good casting idea, because like the color of their skin has nothing to do with their ability to act. So whatever. But yeah, let's read the article, shall we? Okay, so first announced last March by series creator Chris Carter. Carter, I believe, is still going to be a producer on the series. Excuse me. Now it is again said the new diverse X-Files is moving forward with Disney and Black Panther director Ryan Coogler. We get word from Bloomberg via IGN at Disney, who now owns the property as a result of the purchase of Fox, is eyeing a, quote, new version, unquote, of X-Files from Black Panther director Ryan Coogler, thought to be a potential reboot. I think that is going to be the biggest issue, not the fact that it's possibly a diverse cast or whatever, ethnically diverse cast, but a reboot is going to be the nail in the coffin. Is generally how that goes. And while IGN questions, however, what form that will take remains to be seen, Chris Carter previously confirmed the new X-Files will feature a diverse cast. Again, why are we focusing on this? It's been 30 years since the X-Files began filming in Vancouver, said Chris Carter, when we appeared on CBC's On the Coast with Gloria Makarenko. I just spoke to a young man, Ryan Coogler, who's going to remount the X-Files with a diverse cast, so he's got his work cut out for him because we covered so much territory. In addition to developing the Marvel Black Panther movies, Coogler is also behind the Creed movies, with a fourth in the franchise in development starring Michael B. Jordan. Coogler has also produced the LeBron James Space Jam New Legacy, which did so well, and Judas and the Black Messiah. His upcoming projects are said to be Wrong Answer, Scenes for Minors, and a Black Panther spinoff has been in development for Disney Plus for some time, which includes recently announced Wakanda animated series. Big controversy. All right, so maybe we'll get a bit more of an explanation as to why the ethnicity of the actors is noteworthy. As we previously noted, when X-Files returned with Season 11 in 2018, which was not great, but good, Gillian Anderson said she was done with the franchise. An episode saw the controversy reveal that Scully's son is not Mulder's, as it was learned that the smoking man impregnated Scully via alien-assisted science, which was a very strange episode. Time for me to hang up Scully's hat. It just is. Anderson previously revealed, I'm finished, and that's the end of that. I arrived at the decision before we did this previous 6 episodes last season, but I was really curious. I felt the previous 6 was going to be it. It was dipping our toe back in again and getting to see these wonderful characters again. I think, as Chris has said himself, that short stack of episodes felt like we were learning how to walk again, and that this season of 10 episodes feels like the pace is up and we're running. So just kind of to recap what the hell she's talking about, season 11 in 2018 was the second of the reboot, revisit, I guess, seasons. They did 2 seasons. Season 10 was in 2017, and it was less good than season 11. Season 11 it revealed that season 10 was so not great that they retconned the entire season and it was all a dream. So yeah, that's kind of, I think, what she's alluding to, in that the first 6 episodes, which was season 10, was them learning how to walk again, and then season 11 was them back up to pace and running, which maybe walking fast, but running, I don't know that really much of that season would qualify. But to continue with the article, Carter at the time responded to all of the complaints. He's a figurative father if he's not the actual father. He didn't rape Scully. He impregnated her with science. X-Files were created in 93, and this is just about the X-Files. So no further explanation as to why the worry. I'm going to go out on a limb here with a little bit of conjecture, but usually when that kind of language is used, it's a red flag, not because actors of color are a negative thing, and not because if you have two female leads, that's inherently a negative thing. None of that is the reason why it's a red flag. The vocabulary is a red flag because generally that kind of ideology, they want to deconstruct what works and take it apart and put it back together in a way that the people who loved the original content are not going to appreciate, and people who aren't familiar with the original content probably weren't going to watch it anyway. So it just, all of these things combined just does not bode well for the future, assuming they're using this vocabulary in the same way everyone else has up until this point. So, yeah. At least we know it's moving forward. Like, I'm a big X-Files fan. I will watch it, just like we watched the Twilight Zone reboot from I'm brain farting his name, and that's horrible. Jordan Peele. The Jordan Peele Twilight Zone reboot would have been better if it hadn't been called the Twilight Zone. Like, Jordan Peele is a pretty damn good horror director. He does a lot of things very well. I just don't think he did the Twilight Zone very well. So yeah, I think it'll be something akin to that. So next up is the other piece that we teased in the description. Let's check chat real quick. Illuminati confirmed? Kind of. I feel like Cigarette Smoking Man was part of the Illuminati. I mean, my X-Files is a little rusty at this point because I haven't finished my rewatch of the original 9 seasons that I started like 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Illuminati was confirmed at some point in like season 8 or 9, and that Cigarette Smoking Man was one of the Illuminati, right? Am I remembering this correctly? It might have even been season 7, which was the season that Mulder came back. He was gone for 5 and 6, if I remember that correctly. So yeah, next article. Scoop confirmed Matt Reeves involved in the DCU reboot with James Gunn. We've actually talked about this one previously as well. The rundown of the rumor was that Matt Reeves' Batman things were still not going to be directly related to the DCU, but Matt Reeves was going to get projects inside of the DCU proper. So it seems that the other rumor that we've talked about previously is the Arkham series, and that Arkham series is going to be part of the DCU and not the Matt Reeves Batverse. So the article goes on to say, it's learned that Matt Reeves is indeed involved with the DCU reboot along with James Gunn, as the DC insiders first filled in back in 2019. So again, that's, I think, the first time we talked about it, because this was the source for that. Of course, Matt Reeves is developing his separate Batman universe with Robert Pattinson in the Penguin series starring Colin Farrell. Also been said, Matt Reeves has been developing a Batman Arkham series, but it was thought to be part of the Pattinson universe. James Gunn has now confirmed that the series will be part of his DCU. That is freaking cool. I dig where Reeves is going with his Batman stuff. I think Pattinson is still a questionable choice for casting, though he did fine. But I like the way he talks about the character and how he talks about the universe, and it works very, very well. Fan question Gunn, sir, could you tell me if Matt is producing another Batverse project other than the Batman 2, Penguin, and Arkham? Gunn replied, right now Matt is producing Arkham as a DCU series, so there's just the 2 for now. Gunn also confirmed the Arkham series was always planned for the DCU. A fan asked, why is it changed from a Batman universe spinoff to a DCU project? Gunn replied, it wasn't changed. Fan further question. So this has always been planned at DCU from the start. Yes, answered Gunn. It was one of the first pitches we bought when Peter and I came on board. I don't know the permutations it went through before that time. Fan also asked for further clarification. James Gunn, sorry, the Arkham show set in the DCU. Yes, confirmed Gunn. We love Matt as a director and a producer, so he'll be producing stories both within his Batman universe and within the DCU. That's really cool. I think the only thing cooler could have been if, and now I'm going to brain fart the other director's name. The guy that brought us Legion on FX. He's doing Alien series now. And I'm totally not remembering his name right now. But if he had been able to do the Doctor Doom series that was rumored to have been in the works at certain points throughout... Noah Hawley. Thank you. Yes, Noah Hawley. Had Noah Hawley been able to do Doctor Doom, I think that would have been the only thing I would have been more excited about comic book live-action adaptation-wise, aside from this. Because, again, I think Reeves does pretty decently with the character. I think the only iffy bits have been Pattinson's choices. I mean, and maybe some of that has been given, the direction given to Pattinson from Reeves, but I really don't know the answer to that. I really like the idea of Arkham series mainly focusing on the villains in Arkham. Yes, I am pretty sure that's what we talked about previously when it was just a rumor, was that it's going to be the Arkham villains are going to be the central focus of it. If you remember, it started its life cycle as a Arkham PD series. It was going to be about the police department going after these villains. They kind of changed the point of view a little bit. And now it's about the asylum itself where the villains go after they've been caught. So I think that's an interesting dynamic change. I also think it's a better idea because we've seen how they approach procedurals in the live-action DC properties, and it doesn't usually go over super well. So for this to be a different type of procedural, it's not just a cop show, it's going to be something else, I think is a very good idea. Reboot. I think this is all just rehashing stuff. Are you not talking to me? I think this is all just rehashing stuff that we've already talked about and what exactly it is. So we will continue on with our stories. What was... Oh, crap. What was the other one? There was another one somewhere. I promise. I remember. Henry Cavill. Oh, yeah, the Warhammer stuff. Warhammer. That was up here. Right there. So, actually, this one my dad asked me about the other day, and I didn't have an answer for him. It was about a week ago. And so now I have an answer. Oh, no, was it my dad? Somebody. So Warhammer series at Prime that Henry Cavill has been opted to take care of. There is an update, and the update is as follows. The Henry Cavill, according to Cosmic Book News, the Henry Cavill Warhammer series continues to move forward to Amazon Prime, which was first announced 1 year ago when all of the debacle with buying the DCU, Discovery buying Warner Brothers, and then James Gunn and David Zaslav being brought in to take over the comic book stuff. All of that shuffle, we lost Henry Cavill as Superman because of it. And so Cavill signed a deal with Amazon saying he wanted to be the guy in charge of the Warhammer franchise. And they were like, yes, please. We don't know what Warhammer is, but it sounds like you're pretty passionate about it, so go for it. Games Workshop, who owns the IP, has announced they have signed the deal with Amazon Studios back in December last year. We announced Games Workshop and Amazon Studios had signed an agreement in principle to work together to bring the Warhammer 40K universe to screens big and small, stated the company on its blog. Well, today we have an update, and it's one we've all been longing to hear. We now have signed the full agreement, and the next stage can begin. Championed by Henry Cavill. Last time we talked about this, it was being set up that Cavill was going to be like an executive to... oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, still. Executive produce, and star in the series. Cool. So is it just going to be the things that he's involved in that he's executive producing, or is he going to oversee the entire series? Because potentially this could be bigger than the MCU, bigger than the DCU for sure, because Warhammer is a sprawling universe in and of itself. So it would be really interesting to see them branch out beyond just a few movies and get into something a little bit more in depth. So interesting. Anyway, can begin. Games Workshop confirms the Warhammer series will move into pre-production, championed by Henry Cavill, who will executive produce and star in the series. Now comes the fun part. Working out all the creative details with our partners and getting the first script written into production. What Warhammer 40K stories should we tell first? Should we kick off with a movie or a TV show, or both? Tease the company. Games Workshop continued. All we can tell you right now is that an elite band of screenwriters, whom they have not foreclosed, each with their own particular passion for Warhammer, is being assembled to bring the setting and characters you love to the screen. This illustrious group will be championed by Henry Cavill, which is a really great sign, because remember, that's also the reason why he left The Witcher, is because they started to stray too far away from the original source material, and he was a big fan of the source material. He's an even bigger fan of the Warhammer source material. So if he's the one that they're letting, give his stamp of approval on the people brought in to make this a reality, then that is a great sign. Henry Cavill, who stands ready to take his place as an executive producer, bringing his pen, sword, and/or spear to the project. The company also said it's not unusual for TV projects to take a while to develop, obviously. TV and film production is a mammoth undertaking. At a blog post, it's not unusual for projects to take 2 to 3 years from this point before something arrives on screen. Yes, I feel like most of us understand that at this point. Still, things are now rolling properly, and you can bet we will bring you all of the latest updates and cool snippets as soon as we are able. And then this is all, I think, this is all just the preamble that we already talked about. So sweet. We have finalized agreements. We have pre-production underway on the Warhammer series. I'm very, very, very freaking intrigued by what's going to happen. Beyond Scared Straight Batman Edition. Scared Loony, I guess, is a way you could look at that. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I think that was all the big pieces. Oh no, we have one other big piece that I didn't want to put in the headline because it's generally not where we go, but this is significant for more than just the story, the surface level of the story anyway. So we have Jonathan Majors has been fired by Marvel and will no longer be playing Kang because he has been found guilty of 2 of the 4 charges against him. It is a very interesting situation around this, so we'll get into this, but we're not going to get super deep into this. But a lot of the future of the MCU was kind of hinging on this verdict. So now that he's being fired because it didn't turn out exactly like they wanted it to, a lot of things are going to be changing for the MCU going forward. They're going to be dropping all of the Kang stuff, and they're going to be picking up all those loose threads that they've been leaving lying around just in case. And so the stuff going forward, the new big bad, they're going to have to build into somebody else. Rumor is it's going to be Doctor Doom, but we don't know that for certain. That is still just rumor. All right, so following the guilty verdict, it's confirmed Jonathan Majors has been fired by Marvel and won't be playing Kang in the MCU going forward. Deadline confirms, quote, Jonathan Majors fired by Disney Marvel Studios after assault guilty verdicts. Actor had played Kang the Conqueror. A studio rep confirmed the news about their decision to not move forward with Majors in the MCU. THR also confirmed Marvel drops Jonathan Majors after assault and harassment verdict. Okay. So these are the 4 charges that were brought against him, and it's very interesting which ones were guilty and which ones were not guilty. So assault in the 3rd degree with intent to cause physical injury, not guilty. Assault in the 3rd degree, recklessly causing physical injury, guilty. Aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, not guilty. Harassment in the 2nd degree, guilty. It's these verdicts almost contradict themselves. Like the actual reading, I was watching a news piece earlier where they got into more detail of the reading of the verdict, and the not guilty for the cause of physical injury, assault in the 3rd degree, and then guilty for the other reckless cause of physical injury. They basically said they didn't believe his accuser that he caused her physical injury, and then in the exact next line they said they did believe his accuser that he caused her physical injury. So it's very interesting. He's definitely got grounds for I'm brain farting words again. No. Grounds to go back and have it reheard. What's the word I'm looking for? See, I'm not the only one brain farting it. Reports and rumors have offered Marvel is moving away from Jonathan Majors as King, not only due to the actor's legal troubles, but also the failure of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, that's not the word I was looking for either. Appeal. There we go. Yes, he and his lawyers have already said they're going to appeal the verdicts, which they obviously should, because that's kind of backwards. He's not coming back to Marvel either way, but like he should still try and clear his name, because that's a little nuts. I really want it to be Doctor Doom too. I really want them to bring Noah Hawley back, because it's still on the table. I really want them to bring Noah Hawley back and do something with Doom, because if you watched Legion, like that's some of the best live action comic book stuff we've gotten in years and years and years. Like it's so good on a different kind of level. Like it's not an action based series. It's all mental. It's in your head. You have to really consider what's going on the screen and what it means in the bigger picture, and how it plays into who these characters are and their motivations, and like why the hell are we in this white room all of a sudden. It works on so many levels, and with a character like Doctor Doom, arguably the greatest villain of the Marvel universe, like that's the kind of heady kind of stuff you need with Doctor Doom. Latveria will be better for it. I think that would be such a great thing to do. But yeah, executives discussed backup plans, including pivoting to another comic book adversary, like Doctor Doom, stated in a previous report by Variety about the crisis at Marvel. A studio source notes that regardless of the actor's legal trouble, Marvel already had considered moving away from Majors-led phase because of the box office performance of Quantumania. I think that Kang the Conqueror would have been a very cool way to go as well, but I think you need a lot longer to build up somebody like Kang the Conqueror, because he is such a tertiary villain in a way, because not a lot of normies. He's not something that a lot of people who are even casually familiar with comic books really know much about. So, like, you really need to take a lot of time to establish this, whereas Doctor Doom has some face value. People recognize the metal face, even if for no other reason than that really horrible Fox movie from a few years ago, the second Avengers movie with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, and I can't remember the guy who played Reed Richards, and the dude from The Shield that played Ben Grimm. So very interesting. Moving away from yeah, we already talked about that. All right. I think that might be the big ones. I think that's the biggies. Avengers 5 is the new title for the next movie, no longer Kang Dynasty. The Kitchen trailer, nope. Nope, don't care. Nope, nope, nope. Not enough drugs. That's funny. The new Rebel Moon comes out in 2 days on Netflix, so get psyched. Henry Cavill. Whoa, why did it get loud all of a sudden? It's just loud in my headphones. It doesn't look like it's loud on stream. I could actually probably turn it up a little bit on stream. There we go. Yeah, I think that was all the stuff. Alan Ritchson. Oh, there was a Batman thing about him, wasn't there? I think it was just he wants to play Batman. Wants to play Batman, yeah. I mean, I could see it. He's fairly young. Like, I could totally see it. Batman's not really a blonde, but you can dye his hair. Yeah, not gonna read it. Continuing on. We could do a fan cast. I'm gonna do a fan casting. Good change in my opinion because most of the X-Men movies mainly focused on Magneto as a villain. Yeah, no, absolutely. I heard that an X-Men movie is coming. MCU, the villain being Mr. Sinister. That was rumored for a while. The odds of that happening now seem fairly slim. The Mr. Sinister rumor. I believe we talked about that when the rumor was first broke some months ago. I think it was within the last year, but it's been a little bit. It was obviously before the writer and the actor strike. But yes, there is a rumor about Mr. Sinister being the big bad for the first proper X-Men movie. But we are not likely to have that proper X-Men movie for some time because they're going to do the theory goes that they're going to do a couple of smaller movies to build into that. Which, again, makes sense. It's kind of how they did the Avengers the first time. You start with... Technically, it started with the Hulk, but you can't really count that because the rights for that are so goofy, and then the whole Edward Norton debacle. But you start with Iron Man, and you build from there, and you do a couple of individual movies for the X-Men, and then you bring them together. You have... at the end of, you say you do 2 or 3 individual stories. You do like a Cyclops and Jean movie, you do a Storm movie, and obviously you're going to do a Wolverine movie once they recast Hugh Jackman. And then once you have those movies, all of those movies conclude with Professor X bringing them into the school, and then the 4th movie is the big X-Men movie, which then would make sense to bring in somebody like Mr. Sinister. The Magneto thing, I think the Magneto element is always going to be a factor because that's the way it is in the comics, really. I mean, largely what most of the fandom, because large swaths of the Marvel fandom are casual readers, most of the fandom, their basis for knowledge of the Marvel universe largely comes from the cartoon. So if it was in the cartoon, then that's where they're going to be starting from. So if you keep some sort of background reference to the things they already know, I mean, Sinister was in the cartoon as well, so that helps. But the Magneto thing, Magneto and Professor Xavier being so close and kind of the two sides of the same coin, if you have that constantly in the background, you're doing a couple of things beneficial to the MCU. You're doing you're keeping that tie to the comic books that people remember well. You're keeping the tie to the cartoon that the people remember well. You're also maintaining a villain for multiple movies, which Marvel has had a horrible track record with doing that because they can't. For whatever reason, the only villain they've been able to do that with was Magneto, and that was in the Fox movies, and those movies were not that good. And even then, not all of them were Magneto. They made Magneto into a good guy for a minute, and that didn't sit quite right with the fandom either. So, yeah. with Beast and the Marvels, yes, they're going to build into it slowly. I think Feige is going to look at the last couple of phases of the MCU and see where he's failed, because it's kind of a Hail Mary pass at this point, because Marvel is hemorrhaging so much money. Like, he has to recreate his success, and his only option to recreate that success is a Hail Mary pass to build up this new X-Men universe, if you will, the X-Men portion of the Marvel universe. And the best way to do that is to repeat the game plan from when you originally started, and that was very much piecemeal. But part of that, though, like, it's a different landscape in many respects, but the biggest respect in which it's a different landscape as far as Kevin Feige is concerned is that one of the biggest reasons why it was so piecemeal at the beginning is because they didn't know if they were going to make money. Because Iron Man, when Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man, it was great casting to begin with, but Iron Man was like a B-list or a C-list character at the time. So Disney had the rights to make this movie for a character that wasn't super well known at the time, so they were taking a big gamble. Now, a lot of these characters, and maybe not the books themselves, but the characters that come from the books are a lot more familiar with people, because people go down Wikipedia deep dives, or they just, brush up on their cartoon, because that's a lot easier than reading a book, right? So a lot of the characters are a little bit more well known now, so you're not taking as much of a risk. So we probably won't get the same kind of piecemeal. It won't be so far between movies. It won't be as big of a gamble every time. But I think he's going in with a similar mindset, in that we have to do this slower than we tried to with the Marvels. We have to do this more deliberately and more directed than we've done for the last two phases, because those two phases have lost us more money than we spent buying these properties at this point. So, I think that is the best way for them to go. And I think that is the way that Feige will go, honestly. Was there anything at the top? Don't care. Oh, big rumor. Speaking of Doctor Doom, big new rumor here. Ryan Gosling. He's been in a number of times. We've talked about him previously for other things, most notably potentially Reed Richards. Now we have, and then for a hot second there was Gosling as Doom, and who was going to be Reed? Goodness, I am just full of the brain farts today. Let's do this. Go look it up. Why am I brain farting his name? Adam Driver. There we go. Adam Driver was rumored to be Reed, and Gosling was rumored to be Doom for a hot second, and now we have another rumor saying that Gosling is going to be Doom. It is again said, according to Cosmic Book News, Ryan Gosling has met with Marvel, which follows his early rumors to say he might be up to play Doctor Doom. What's interesting this time is the timing. Yesterday saw Marvel fire Jonathan Majors as Kang. Prior to that, a report said Marvel was considering moving away from Kang in favor of Doctor Doom. Now those Gosling Marvel rumors return. Coincidence? Yeah, potentially. All Hail Doom. The latest rumor comes from Daniel RPK. RPK's got a pretty dang good reputation for this kind of stuff. Also said that Victor has a small role in the Fantastic Four movies and appears at the end. See, again, if this is to be believed, then it's a similar game plan for the Fantastic Four stuff as well. You kind of start dropping these little seeds of this is where we're going to be going. We just have a lot of ground to cover before we get there. And that's the kind of fan service that isn't overly schlocky, but also is something that people who aren't super familiar with the comic books can get into. So I think again, Feige and company are just trying to repeat their successes of the past while avoiding the potholes. And hopefully they can figure that out, because I don't want Disney to fail necessarily. I mean, if they continue to make garbage, then good riddance to bad rubbish. But if they can start to make good content again, then I would like for that to happen, because I enjoy good content. As went over yesterday, King Dynasty, maybe Marvel is being withholding the big Fantastic forecasting announcement because of the Jonathan Majors trials. That's a fair theory, I would say. If they're moving away from Kang to Doctor Doom, now they can officially announce it. Fantastic Four also has a new writer, so maybe that means adding more Victor Von Doom, leading to Avengers Secret Wars. That would also make a lot of sense. Back in September, via Schneider on the hot mic. Back then, Schneider actually said that he didn't believe Kang the Conqueror was going to be the next big Marvel villain, explaining he didn't believe Kang was a Thanos-level villain. I think Kang could be. I just don't think they were necessarily there yet. So we see he was right. The next big villain is Doctor Doom, according to what Snyder said back then. Doctor Doom is obviously the next Thanos. I would venture that most people would say Doom is bigger than Thanos, but you know, maybe that's just me. Snyder continued. This is all the stuff we talked about previously, though. If Gosling doesn't play Doctor Doom, who then? How about Richard Rider Nova? I thought we already had a Nova cast. Already been set up via the start of Infinity War. They filmed 45 minutes of footage they didn't use. That's right. We talked about that previously as well. Which is the Mutant Saga. Yes. Yeah. I believe they laid that out fairly explicitly at Comic-Con. That the next saga was going to be the Mutant Saga. They actually laid out 3 sagas. Oh no, that was a rumor. It was the whatever the saga they're trying to come to some sort of weird conclusion to now with the Marvels, and then the Mutant Saga, and then I don't remember what the third one was, but there were 3 of them. It's been so long since we talked about them. I'd have to go search through my notes, and that would take all night, I think. So yeah. Let's check bounding, but I think that might be about where we drop off for this. Oh, bounding. No, you screwed it up. You're dropping the ball with your headlines here, Bounding into Comics. And also, fix your freaking code. James Gunn switches up his DCU plans yet again. Did you not read the thread? Whatever. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League leaks. Reveal return of dead villain. Disrespectful end to Kevin Conroy's final outing as Batman. Yeah, that's not exactly a surprise. All about Jonathan Majors. Jason Momoa weighs in on the future of Aquaman franchise. Not looking good. I wonder why. Kaiju history. Interesting. Hammer Films also added King Kong to their list of prestigious remakes. Yeah, nope, that's where we're going to leave it off. All right, so that is the news portion of the show. Thank you very much, nerds. Any of you who are listening in post, this is where I leave you. I appreciate your faces. We will see you next time. Anyone who is here lurking in chat, stick around for just a moment. I'm going to go get a drink of water, and then we're going to pick up some gaming. Definitely not going to be as long of a stream tonight as in previous weeks, because we got to get some sleep, man. But we will. I do have a couple of things planned. If you are a Mortal Kombat gamer, then we will be jumping in there. Don't think we're going to stray too far from the Mortal Kombat tonight. Either way, I do appreciate you for sticking around. If you leave us here, then we'll see you in the next one. Before we do go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here. And those of you lurking, look forward to seeing you in just a moment. We will be right back. Okay. We have returned. We will be doing, like I said, some Mortal Kombat. That'll be a bit small. Okay. Okay. So, this week we were blessed with the appearance of Quan Chi. So I've done a little bit of stuff trying to see, you know, what we can get combo-wise out of Quan Chi.
Quan Chi, Johnny Cage,
And
Frost.
Frost is just my favorite cameo, I think, because of her freeze, because it's a low freeze.
Sonya Blade.
So we got that. We also got Winter Wonderland for the Gateway. It's the Christmas-themed background. Stage, whatever. So this is my my attempt at a meterless and minimal cameo. So I figured out it's a 31% meterless and 1 cameo. See if I can do it now. I missed it. Try again. There it is. 31% right there. It's what some would call a bread and butter combo. Up. What I've found is this is a lot more useful than it would seem because of its range and because its pushback is so good. So when you're up against somebody who's like a Raiden, I haven't really actually played against many Johnny Cages with Quan Chi, but I did play against a few Raidens, and that came in super handy to push them back. Oh, where is it? From the Fog? No. Zone. Is it this one? Repels. Yeah. Down back. This. Oops. This only does so much. And it's honestly, I didn't really I didn't find it takes too long to summon, I guess is what I'm going for, because it's 12 frames. There's no real, you don't really block it. Also, standing 4 is super handy when you're full screen. If you're up close, because it's 12 frames startup, and let's turn the block on. Opponent type, block mode, all. On block, it's negative 21 frames, so you are stuck. That hasn't been super great, but full screen, it's rather handy, especially when you're playing against a zoner who's not expecting it. Turn the block off. All right, let's do our 31% again. See if we can get it going. The trickiest bit is the finisher, because you have to get that just right, otherwise you whiff. But even if you whiff that bit, like you're still a decent enough distance away that you're not really in any crazy impending doom. Haha, 31%. Also, something I found that works out super great with Quan Chi is... Oops. Ah, come on. This. Oh. Wrong one. This one. So jump in with the jump kick into the falling foot or whatever it's called. Even if they block you here, they usually try and take advantage of that block and go for the hit, at which point I rarely have missed the follow-up. So like Scorpion, where you follow your jump kicks in with a teleport or a spear. With Quan Chi, you can follow your jump kicks in with the foot. You can't grab them out of the air with that one. Oh! It's just not super consistent apparently, because I've tried to use that as a combo ender and it keeps whiffing. So maybe I need to lab it a little bit more, but yeah, this is our 31% combo with Quan Chi. Let's see if I can what is that? 2-1-4 forward cameo, back, I can't think of it. 3-4-2 forward, or I guess that's just 1-3, and then forward 2-1. That's those are the steps. So 2-1-4 forward cameo, back 3-4-2. 31%, baby. All right, let's go see what kind of trouble we can get into. Do casual so we can play some more Quan Chi matches. We're much earlier today than I was when I've been working on it, because I've been working on it into the night, so maybe we'll get something a little less sweaty. Looking at 86, sure. It's casual, so whatever. Ooh, another Quan Chi.
Quan Chi. Frost, Serena. Corrupted forest.
If we band together across timelines, no one could stop us.
Round 1, fight.
Oh, there he goes. With the... yeah. Oh, 40. Oh. See, just... oh. 34. Decent. I like that 40% one.
Fight.
Oop. I forgot that was an overhead. Dummy me. Yeah, I just gotta get that timing down, apparently. 42. Oh. He's gonna do the... Oh no. No fatal. Or no brutal. I really like the Cthulhu stuff, the Eldritch Terror. I really dig it.
Round one. Fight!
No. Damn it. Damn it.
That was miserable.
Round two. Fight!
Oh, really?
I will corrupt you.
Final round. Fight!
Oh, I ducked. Oh, no. Down poke grab. Do it. Ah. See, it's he's slow enough. All right, whatever. Slow enough that it's I don't know. I'm just used to Scorpion, and Scorpion's not very fast in this game, so I don't know what I mean by that necessarily. I mean, I do, because like every one of his fast moves, anything that's considered fast with Quan Chi, is 12 frames. That's his fastest move, is 12 frames. So it's a little silly. At least Scorpion has a couple of 9-frame moves. Oh, this guy mains Katana, so we'll throw some Scorpion at him.
Cyrax. Frost. Cage Mansion.
I've heard about Outworld's palace intrigue.
It's even worse than you've been told.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Oh, input error. Ooh, good read. Oh.
Finish her. Scorpion wins.
Okay, maybe he'll rematch me and let me play some Quan Chi now that he knows I can hand him his ass. Aww. Well, don't play your main in casual. What was I doing? I was doing something. Oh, I was checking this guy. Says it's going.
Quan Chi.
Offbeat zebra.
Smoke.
Okay, there we go.
Quan Chi, Frost Striker. Shang Tsung's laboratory.
As doppelgangers go, you are adequate. Doppelganger, I am the original.
Round 1, fight.
Oh, that's right, it's a low.
Show me respect.
Round 2, fight.
Ah.
Finish him. Quan Chi wins.
Yay.
Round 1, fight.
You have already failed.
Round 2, fight.
Ah.
You won't slip away.
Ah. Damn. No.
Have already failed.
Final round, fight.
shit. Damn it. Good. Nice.
Finish him.
Yeah, you're gonna try and fatal me? Really?
Quan Chu wins. Round 1, fight.
The darkness gives me strength.
Round 2, fight.
Ah. I ducked. Why did I duck?
I will corrupt you.
Final round, fight.
Talked about it last week. I didn't know about the release date. He-
Finish him. Fatality. Quan Chu wins.
All right, bust out that smoke.
Scorpion. Smoke.
Yep.
Striker. Frost. The Pyramid.
You never speak of your mother and sister.
Their ghosts no longer haunt me, Kuai Liang.
Okay, 7T2. That's his cybernetic numbers. That's cool.
Round 1, fight. Round 2. Fight! Finish him. Fatality. Scorpion wins.
Okay.
Round 1. Fight.
You are not ready.
For this.
Fight.
Oh.
I expected more.
Yeah.
Fatality. Scorpion
Wah,
wins.
wah. Offbeat Zebra has left. Now we'll play some Combat League. Sure. Wired connection, 74 milliseconds. Sounds like it's acceptable.
You haven't lived until you
Oh,
walked.
Round
dear God.
1. Fight.
Ah, knew it was coming. I just, for some reason, thought he was gonna
Round
jump.
2. Fight.
Ah. I hate Johnny Cage in this game so much. No. I don't know why there's the delay is, or the input is delaying so much, but damn, that's annoying. I wanted to fatal him or brutal him so bad.
Bihan's got you all fired up, eh?
He'll burn for betraying my father.
Round 1. Fight.
And then that was supposed to be... Ah. Yeah, that was stupid. Let's just throw that out there.
Round 2. Fight.
Ah, timing was bad. I was trying to anti-air him. For real, though. I think I pissed him off.
Final round. Fight.
Damn it. No. Again, I should have saw that coming. Really? Gonna fatal me?
Talk about talent. Meet Hollywood's newest star. What?
Alright then.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins.
Really? Gonna fatal me?
Round 1. Fight.
Ah.
Round 2. Fight.
Why is my anti-air so off time? Jesus Christ. It's a high, and I can't duck it.
Another perfect take.
Brutality. Johnny Cage wins.
I can't duck a high. That's fucking ridiculous.
You seem reasonable.
Round 1. Fight.
I really like that skin for Omni-Man. Oh, is he quitting? Yeah, he's quitting. he couldn't suicide himself. because he's frozen, so it didn't give me the satisfaction of the animation, sadly. Oh, is he quitting? Yeah, he's quitting. he couldn't suicide himself because he's frozen. 60 milliseconds? Sure, that's fine. Quan Chi. Oh, is he playing Quan Chi in Combat League?
I claim this timeline for the Viltrum Empire.
You will burn for this invasion.
Another Omni-Man. Omni-Man move real fast, hit real hard, must be good. How did that hit me? And you're fataling in the first round. Okay. And it might not have killed me if I had been mashing.
Yours to conquer.
Round 2. Fight.
I can do almost as much damage you just did with your fatal all by myself. Wah, wah, wah.
Fall before me.
Final round. Fight.
Jump. Jump. Unsafe. Unsafe. I'm gonna spank you for it.
Finish him.
Wah, wah.
Scorpion wins.
Unsafe. Unsafe. I'm gonna spank you for it.
I claim this timeline for the Viltrum Empire.
You will burn for this invasion.
Round one, fight!
Unsafe.
Round two, fight!
God. Input lag. Input lag. Input lag.
Finish him.
Apparently I forgot how to do Frost's cameo fatality.
Wins.
All right, I think we got a few more. Call it. Nope. 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 Ugh. Guess.
You seem reasonable.
Round one, fight!
Ah, it's an overhead. Okay. This guy knows a little bit of what he's
Recognize
doing.
your
Just knows how to be
superior.
really annoying at least.
Fight.
Wah, wah, wah.
Fear me.
Final round. Fight. Finish him.
There it is.
Fatality. Scorpion wins.
Uh-oh, I pissed off Omni-Man.
Round one. Fight.
Ah. Ah. Wah, wah, wah.
Failure is your only option.
Round two. Fight.
Ah, why am I ducking there?
Brutality. Scorpion wins.
Yeah. He does. I did piss off Omni-Man. That's funny. All right, last one. I just hope it's not another Omni-Man. For crying out loud. Alright, last one. 65, sure. Still in level 1. I think we'll be okay. This guy has yet to win one. Fun. What is it? Sonya Sub-Zero?
Now you
Oh,
can
Quan
spy-
Chi.
Round 1. Fight.
Fall before me.
Round 2. Fight.
Chatter, 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 chatter. Oh, good call. Oh, good call too.
Finish him. Scorpion wins. Round 1. Fight.
Ah, why?
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. Good match.
I almost pity you.
Final round. Fight.
Quick and easy.
Brutality. Scorpion wins.
Yeah. Well, all right, nerds. That is, as they say, that we are going to exit to the menu and then here. And that's where we're leaving off today. So, like I said, we will not be doing news shows for 2 weeks. We will return with the live show in January. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, even though I don't know when that is this year. I apologize. But, yeah, that is the stream. Hopefully, I'll see you sometime before the end of the year in the more non-direct way. But either way, appreciate your faces, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy,